beautiful Pacific Northwest, and the mighty West Coast. We greet you all. Good morning, good evening, or whatever your timeline may fall. Time-appropriate greetings indeed to one and all, for this is The Launch.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Angers. Yes, it is a very special edition of The Launch. Few things we'll tell everyone before we get going. We'd love it if you call us live. That phone number is 774-4625-667. That's 774-4625-667. Of course, the podcast is live on the Tuesdays, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. UTC at jblive.tv or in your podcasting 2.0 app of choice. And then we come out Wednesday mornings. I invite you all to join us over at jupiterbroadcasting.com or weeklylaunch.rocks. And we got the links over there and all of that. And to make things extra special for you all, we not only have Brentley in studio. Hello, Brentley. Hello. Are you there?
Hey, is this thing working?
Brent, are you there?
Hey,
Brent.
I'm using my big voice.
Hi, Brent.
Hi.
And we also have producer Jason.
Hello.
And I like to say, Jason,
Hello.
you're a man of many voices.
I am, sir. Thank you so much for noticing.
Where might people know you from?
People might know me from 30 years of voice acting and such. I've been in multiple shows. I was Silco in Arcane. Do you ever wonder what it's like to drown? As well as Lux in Star Wars Clone Wars. Hey, Ahsoka, you're ruining my plans. This is a holotrace device. It will lead us straight to Count Dooku. Is not enough of a plan for you. Now kiss me. As well as Wally West in Young Justice and Volpeace in Cult of Fallout New Vegas and
A lot of great
Scorpion
games.
from Spider-Man
Woo!
PS5. Can you feel it kicking in now, Spider-Man? And like literally 300 credits on
That
IMDb.
right
My
there
goodness.
is a man of a lot of voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez,
That's what I'm saying.
that is me.
Is this what, and
Many
we
voices.
just we all got off of Linux Fest Northwest. We've been doing some project work, been having a good time. And when you do that, you work up an appetite. And when you have a big group, you want to take the family to Olive Garden.
At the Olive Garden Italian restaurant, we speak a different language. We have no words for can't and won't. No phrases for a little less. In fact, we don't know the meaning of enough. Some would say speaking a different language can make all the difference in the world. The Olive Garden Italian restaurant, where all the best of Italy is yours. Come back for the endless refills of salad and garlic breadsticks that make us special.
Here at the Lawns, come on down for the most delicious and fresh hot takes that you will ever experience in podcast history.
So, Ange, you have been thinking about the Olive Garden recently.
Yes.
And I think you're kind of like our Olive Garden correspondent, really.
Okay.
And you've been going for a minute. And, so, I was looking back at the old commercials, like they used to do the tour of Italy, where you get the lasagna, you get the chicken parm, and they had another plate. Plus, you get the breadsticks and you get the salad.
Right.
Can you guess what the price was in 98?
Oh, probably $12.
$9.99.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Not
So
bad.
where are the prices at now?
Okay, so soup, salad, breadsticks, all you can eat at
Yeah.
lunchtime is $16.
Okay. Oh, that's the
at
lunch
dinner
price.
time, it's 20 or
Okay.
19,
Per person.
Round it up.
Yeah.
Yes. But what's interesting is they just started this thing that you can do where you can get unlimited soup, salad, breadsticks, and for $3 more at lunchtime, it's like $19, you get to choose an entree from limited choice, but also you get a refrigerated one to take home as well.
Oh, that's a move.
Yeah.
So you
from your house to Italy.
get like built-in leftovers?
Yeah. So you can eat. So basically,
Brett, they've designed this for you.
Wow, finally someone's thinking of me. Thank you.
unfortunately, the spaghetti sauce, it's a meat sauce. So I don't
And
know.
this pasta itself is...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's,
But yeah, so one night I ordered the soup salad breadsticks and then I got spaghetti as my dish and spaghetti to go.
Sure, why not?
But got my main dish to go as well and brought them home for the girls. So I got soup salad breadsticks for $20 and fed the girls spaghetti. It was great.
well, now that price actually seems totally worth it,
Right?
actually.
But and you can also just order those to go, refrigerated sides for $6. You can go get
Huh.
a thing of spaghetti for $6.
Huh. Look at them breaking
That's
in.
actually pretty good.
It
Pretty
is-
decent,
And it's a
actually.
decent portion too.
Yeah.
Like they're not skimping. It's not
Oh,
a kid's
no.
size.
Well, there has been some controversy about the portions. In fact, some board members believe they're giving away too many breadsticks.
am I reading this right? Olive Garden passing out too many breadsticks?
Can you do that? Can you pass out too
I
many?
think it's possible.
So delicious. Well, this is according to one of the company's investors in a 300-page report.
300
Value
page
said that
report.
Olive Garden
Somebody
was
gave
being
away too many
reckless
pages.
in its distribution of unlimited breadsticks. The investor also said that the breadsticks have lost their quality taste.
What do you think, Ange?
Ooh, no, they're actually still really good. Yeah.
So you disagree with that investor?
Mhm, I do.
Yeah.
Maybe you should become an investor and out-invest him with his dumb 300-page report with your own 600-page report that says they're good.
Yeah.
That's
well,
right.
one thing that does support that claim, though, is that when you do unlimited soup salad breadsticks, you aren't supposed to be able to take it home, right? You don't go to a buffet
Oh, yeah,
and take
yeah.
your food home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But they are providing, not only are they providing a bag to take the breadsticks home, but they're also offering to give you a fresh bag too. And last time we brought soup home. Like, it's weird.
Wow.
Why not?
So, yeah.
Well, it's like your Italian aunt. Like the entire restaurant
need to
is
eat.
basically like,
Eat more.
I'm basically family.
come here, your food, you look so skinny. How could you don't
So,
even eat at home?
By the way, I watched 30 Olive Garden commercials to find the right one for the show. And
It's all you can eat commercials.
it's so cliche. They're all like, they constantly work in some really cliche statement about how their family's Italian.
Yeah.
So they always have a person, and they always find this extremely awkward way to jam in that they're an Italian family.
Authentic, yeah.
Oh my, every commercial.
But we can see it in their nose, right?
What do you think, Brentley? Does this sound uniquely American to you?
Yeah, I've never been to an Olive Garden, so I'm just wondering from each of you, why do you think I should go? Like, what's the attraction?
Okay.
Oh, I've got an idea. I
Okay.
think it's the endless breadsticks.
And
Yeah,
also
right?
all
They get
you
too
can
many.
eat salad.
So I, despite this deal, the last time I did get my own entree, and I get the steak gorgonzola Alfredo, but instead of Alfredo, I get tortellini.
Oh.
No, tortelloni.
Turtle.
One of those
Tortellulu?
two. I can't remember.
Tortellini
But
Lona.
anyway, it's an
Lona.
upcharge, but it's, cheese-filled pasta.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, can we rephrase this question though? Let's
Yeah.
rephrase this question.
I agree.
Why would a gluten intolerant vegan go to the Olive Garden?
Oh, I can tell you. I
Yeah.
mean, now you take your pill.
Which
and-
one?
Okay.
Which one?
Oh.
So you know how you like to travel,
Yeah.
and you know how travel is expensive,
Well,
and you know how travel takes a lot of time.
that's true.
What if you could take a tour of Italy with your mouth?
Come, enjoy the Olive Garden's tour of Italy. 3 of Italy's best: baked lasagna, chicken parmesan, and fettuccine alfredo. Served with all the salad and breadsticks you'd like. Tour of Italy, all just $9.95 through May 25th at the Olive Garden.
Do you get it?
Tour of
You know-
Italy, just
Unlimited
$9.95.
breadsticks, unlimited salad. What are you not getting about that? Okay. It's-
I was distracted by how that Italian guy was actually like Scottish. Or
Well, I love how they switched up the voice actor because they didn't want any loyalty in the business. I want you guys to know there is no loyalty in the business.
No.
Now, Italy, only $9.95. Take your tour. It's like a totally different dude.
all right.
I'm not sure what you would eat there, Brentley, because I was
Yeah.
thinking the zuppa Toscana is
You
a really
lean in.
good soup, and I know it's gluten-free, but it
Yeah.
has sausage and
Yeah.
dairy.
You lean in. You lean in
The
for
You
sure.
lean in.
salads, they throw feta cheese on the salads, right?
No.
There's no cheese in the salad?
Uh-uh.
You can have the salad.
Could I have a bowl of olives?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You
And
can.
Can I have
them in the
olive oil
salad?
on that? Those
No,
olives?
there's no olive oil at Olive Garden.
What?
No, I'm just.
I thought that was.
All right, boost in and let us know your take on the Olive Garden. Let us know. It's a controversial place for some reason. Maybe because people just can't get enough breadsticks. Tell us what you think about the Olive Garden or your favorite place. And come on, this to-go stuff,
I know. And the girls love it.
next level.
Bella
Next-
doesn't like the meat sauce, but Abby's all about it.
That is next level thinking on their part.
I'm going to raise my hand and say, I think still a value.
There you go.
Yes.
Still a value.
Okay, boost in. Let us know what you think. Give
Should
us
do
your
a
take.
whole episode on that. Like, nostalgia is not just about the things that went on then, but the question is it still good?
And has it held up?
Is it still good?
Because it doesn't always hold up, right?
Right?
You know what also doesn't hold up is emails from big tech companies that get exposed years after the fact through discovery.
Oh, I love these.
Now, I'm not like into like all of the court stuff, but this aspect of big tech drama is absolutely some of my favorite. It's what we learn through the process of discovery.
Discovery is open. Big tech is sweating. Roll it.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite segment, Angela. That's right. It's Discovery Week, and the big lawsuit of the year The big tech fight is kicking off right now. Elon Musk just arrived in court just a couple of minutes ago as we started recording to fight Sam Altman at OpenAI. And this clip here is from a couple of days ago, but it does a pretty good job of setting up the baseline here for people that, haven't been following the day-to-day drama.
Elon Musk's high-profile lawsuit against OpenAI, the company's CEO Sam Altman, and its president Greg Brockman kicks off with jury selection in federal court in California on April 27th. Musk, who co-founded OpenAI in 2015 alongside Altman and Brockman, alleges he was deceived into donating roughly $38 million to the startup under the promise that it would remain a nonprofit. The two sides have been in a heated standoff since Musk filed the suit in 2024. The trial will unfold in two parts, a liability phase to determine whether any wrongdoing occurred, followed by a remedy phase to decide what happens next. The jury will weigh in on the first phase only, but the verdict is advisory, meaning the judge, Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers, will make the final decision on both liability and remedies. When Musk helped launch OpenAI more than a decade ago, the company said its mission would be to advance digital intelligence in the way that is most likely to benefit humanity as a whole, unconstrained by a need to generate financial return. He left OpenAI's board in 2018 after failing to convince executives to merge the company with Tesla, among other disagreements. After Musk's departure, OpenAI created a for-profit subsidiary in 2019 to help scale its research. Then, in 2024, OpenAI briefly considered plans to convert into a for-profit company. After facing pressure and public backlash, the company went a different route, completing a restructuring in 2025 that solidified its structure as a nonprofit with a controlling stake in its for-profit business. Microsoft emerged as a major stakeholder, holding roughly 27% of OpenAI's for-profit entity.
Which that relationship has just recently changed. But we'll stay focused for a moment. So that is the setup for the trial, and it is actually underway right now. The jury selection has already happened. And there's a little bit of interesting details around that because it turns out, like, if the jury member even owns a Tesla, that kind of disqualifies them.
A high-stakes courtroom battle is beginning in Oakland between tech billionaires. Elon Musk is suing Sam Altman and OpenAI, a company they once built together. The case could actually shape the future of artificial intelligence. ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporter Francis Wang, live in Oakland with what happened in court today. Francis?
Well, Dan, 9 people from across the Bay Area have now been seated as jurors. But before that, all of them were questioned about whether or not they knew about Elon Musk or how they felt about him. Some questioned for simply driving a Tesla. The conversations in that courtroom today really highlighting just how woven these tech companies are into our daily lives and just how high stakes this trial is set to be.
It's a good jury, and they're going to hear the facts, and we're going to get a verdict, and we're looking forward to that.
A battle between billionaires happening right here in Oakland. Elon Musk versus Sam Altman. Once partners, now bitter rivals who
All right, so that's going on right now. So that's kind of what you need to know about the state of things. Here's a little bit what we've already gotten from Discovery, right? This is some good stuff. Because it just shows you how delulu they all were originally. So back in the early days when Sam is trying to get a lot of money out of Microsoft and they're setting up their early investment, Sam and Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, are texting back and forth. Satya texts Sam Altman and Satya says, by the way, when do you think you will activate your paid subscriptions for ChatGPT? Because Microsoft gets a rev share, which just changed. Sam replies, we're hoping to be ready by the end of Jan, but we can be flexible beyond that. The only real reason for rushing is we are just so out of capacity and are delivering a bad user experience. Daily active users are still growing rapidly. Sam continues, do you have any preference when we do it? Then Sam continues, by the way, we shared with Mikahi and Bill Gates last night that we believe we are now done and have the research to make a model as good as GPT-4 at 1/50th the cost and 3x the speed. We are planning to now delay GPT-5 to create this. Satya responds, let me think about this and weigh in. Overall, getting this in place sooner is best. At some level, and this is one of the better insights of their delusion, Satya writes, at some level, Bing is the scoped ad-supported version, so we collectively have both in-market on top of the same base model. So a couple of things are really interesting in here. Number one, Sam is saying we are going to delay the release of GPT-5 in order to work on a cheaper model that we can run on our current compute infra because we don't have enough infrastructure at the time to run GPT-5. So we're going to intentionally delay the release of GPT-5 and we're going to milk GPT-4 for longer because we think we can do something with that. That's insight number one from this chat thread. And then the number 2 thing that just strikes me is the reason Microsoft invested all this money in OpenAI, it seems, is because they were delulu enough to think that people would use Bing as some sort of commercial version of OpenAI chat, and that would be the AI ad-supported version, OpenAI ad-supported version, which, of course, now they've launched ad in ChatGPT directly. Interesting, and I think also a bit delulu. What do you think, Brentley? I saw you sitting there pondering.
Oh, I mean, I feel awful about all of these people first, but
Sure, as one does, naturally.
It just reminds me of how diluted they are at the top and disconnected from like the 98% of us that are actually using these products. To think that anyone wants to use Bing is one thing, but yeah, there's just all these like deals happening via text message and emails, and yet these are only the things we get to see. I love getting an insight into this because you see how deranged they all are.
Yeah, and also how some of this, right, Jason, it's like some of this weird trillion-dollar deal stuff is just casually being chatted back and forth over text message between Sam and Satya about like, hey, when do you think you're going to launch the subs for ChatGPT?
There is so much in this. There is, I mean, like as an actor, looking at the behavior of sort of megalomaniacs, I've played the Joker. I've played plenty of characters on the villainous side of the spectrum, and they never think they're villains. It's important. You can't play a villain from the perspective, they're the hero of their own story.
Right.
Every time, no matter how freaking twisted they are in their mind. So to watch this dialogue play out where they are so casually talking about manipulating something that loads of people depend on or that is changing the world in multiple ways, I'm just... It's a little chilling.
And how funny is it that Bing is even
chilling to the bone?
And that Bing is even in this conversation?
But I could assume that at any chance Satya has, he would just be like, hey, how about we use Bing for that? Like I could just see him as the redheaded stepchild in the corner of the room with Bing. Every chance he gets going, hey, that'd be good for Bing.
It's his personal dream to finally make a return on that.
It's so never going to happen, which is even better because you think about, here's these megalomaniacal corporate greed, completely detached from any emotion. I don't even want to say it's immoral. It's just amoral. The way it's discussed is lacking morality, amoral.
Yeah.
And even in that sort of vacuous place, it's still like, hey, maybe I could get this really cool thing that no one wants to use to be you. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's put Bing in there. It is so layeredly hilarious to me. And chilling.
But
at
it's
the
all
same
about
time.
it's all about the advancement of humanity.
Of course it is.
It's all about.
See, and I had this discussion in the car, not to tangentialize here, but I'm going to anyway, with Jeff and Brent about this because I have been thinking about it for a couple of weeks, and I was like, people are so angry and upset and frustrated that these companies just stole a whole bunch of copywritten works because they didn't actually pay for them. And that is a problem. There is an actual transfer of wealth from creative artists and a whole bunch of people where they just violated the terms of copyright and stole them and stuck them into this. I am all about that my brain is a computer. I am all about LLMs being these, non-flesh bag version of what I do in my head. So if I read a novel and I put it in my head and then I spit it out as a writer, I think machines should have the right to do that. Absolutely. Create a new work. That's fine. But I had to buy the book. I had to buy the book to do it. And they didn't, and that's rude. And they have way more money than all the artists. So there was this huge transfer of wealth from creative people to these companies. And I think that needs to be addressed. It was unjust to transfer all that wealth. They should be paid. Even if I only get paid for 8 copies of a book, because there's only 8 quote unquote LLM creation companies that really exist. I only get paid for 8. I got paid for 8.
Right.
Those are the rules. Just play by those rules.
Just remember that Bing's going to be the ad scope version.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was we have copyright in place, and there's a lot of debate about, well, can you copyright what comes out of an LLM or not? It's under the same rules as we as humans. And I thought one of the best things we could possibly do is to just say that copyright only applies to human works and that anything that comes out of an LLM you can't copyright. So if corporations like Disney want to fire a ton of artists, the next thing they make with an LLM, they don't actually hold the copyright to. I think that would level the playing field. You address those two things, and I think we'd be pretty close. I don't think any solution is perfect, but I'm throwing that out there for everyone to chew on.
You throw it out there.
Throwing it out there. Boom. And these guys are absolutely frighteningly, chillingly
It is wild.
insane.
It is wild.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while we have everybody
Now's
here.
the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
Not yet, but I will mention that when we do play
You
our
should
track
call
of the
the
week.
launch.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty good. When we do play our track, 95% of the stats will go to our artists. And we heard from a couple of artists in this last week who said thank you for featuring our songs on the launch.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'd like to hear everybody's thoughts on the weirdness of these text messages. And with that, let's chat about why we're all gathered together just for a moment. Seems to make sense. Why are we all here today? Linux Fest Northwest just wrapped up, and I realized that so far I am trending on my year of not actually sitting down for a single talk. I didn't do it at Scale, I didn't do it at Planet Nixon, I didn't do it at Linux Fest Northwest, and I started to, and I realized they're just not for me anymore. I just can't do it. I like them, and I'm really glad they exist, and I recommend people go to them. It ain't for me. And I think I've been trying to figure out what the deal is, because why travel to someplace like Pasadena if you're not going to sit there in the classroom and listen to somebody talk and learn? What's the frickin' point? And then I realized
It's nap tourism.
what's taken me really a long time, and I've said, oh, it's the people or it's the community. I've said stupid crap like that. But I think maybe it's because I'm not necessarily a, what is it when you're social? What is that called? Extrovert?
Extrovert versus
Butterfly?
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that much. I work and I take care of stuff at home and then I sleep. That's what I do. And it takes, I don't know how anybody else does anything else because that takes more than 24 hours in a day in itself. And so, the reality is as you become an adult, it becomes harder and harder to make friends. And it sounds sort of stupid, but it is true. It's like if you don't make friends through work or some other intentional social activity that you set up, you're not really meeting people and you're not really making friends. And for a lot of people in the tech industry in particular, that gets harder as you become more specialized in your career. Maybe you're on the spectrum or maybe you're a little nerdy or whatever it is. Like there's a couple of debuffs against you socially, just maybe because of your wiring. And it's hard to find people with similar interest, ideas, goals, and technical skills. And then it's even harder to keep those relationships actually alive, even once you've established them. If you can actually create them, keeping them alive is nearly impossible, especially these days. But a tech event is like this forced social community get-together that is organized, that people can choose to go to or not, and you get to often see the same people over and over again. And every year you see them, you like to see them more and more. And there's organized lunches and dinners, so even if you don't know anyone and you don't have any particular plans, there's still an event you can go to. There's still something you can do. And there's also a lot of side things you can participate in if that's your style. And for me, the talks are great, but that is actually a totally irreplaceable, invaluable thing. Whereas the information in the talks, if I'm really motivated on that subject, I can probably get a lot of it off of the internet and YouTube. The one thing I can't really get is the Q&A. And if that's what I really need, then I go to the talk. But outside of that, I can pretty much self-train on any topic that would be at a talk, but I cannot get the human connection unless I spend my energy and attention on that.
It's a return on investment. Like you're there and you're going to invest your time in sitting and watching someone's PowerPoint slides. No offense to how friggin' awesome the information is, and it's detailed and it's great. And I loved Wes's talk at Scale and all that. But there's also the hallway track is so spontaneous and inviting and different.
And the conversations
than your normal daily experience than you're going to have. And having that human in front of you to engage their brain live in real time is such a. I mean, that's why
standing in a circle
dungeon
of
master because it's so
that's interesting,
much fun.
I mean, standing in a circle of like 6 people who all know what you're talking about when you say something technical is nice.
Yeah.
And people are, they all are they understand the social situation. Everybody is maybe a little awkward in their own way or something. So there's a little bit of social grace that isn't at a normal kind of thing.
Yeah. And there's context that, I mean, like what's a text relationship between two introverts, like, how are you?
Yeah.
Fine. How are you?
Yeah.
Great. And then 6 months later,
when you meet in person,
it's different.
Totally
it's different.
changes.
You can get a different wavelength between two people who live in their mind more.
There was a particular after party, I think it might have been on Saturday, where we were hanging out because the place we were at was kind of mostly shut down because all of Linux Fest Northwest just flooded into there and filled all the seats. But we had a local come up to Wes and I, and he was like, what is happening here? Like, these people all seem very interesting. Like, what is attracting people here? So we gave him like, oh yeah, Linux Fest Northwest is happening, and this was it's about Linux. He's like, how do I join this? Because this is my regular bar. And you guys just flooded in here, and you're my kind of people. I've had great conversations with like every single person I started sparking up a conversation with, and I want more of this. And I just happened to trip over it today, and I want to keep this energy alive in my life.
We don't go to bars as much.
Right,
Some of us do, granted, and everything, but I don't think that's where we spend the time to have our engaging conversations. So it is interesting to transport our type of people into an environment where a different type of people normally hang out. And then this beautiful thing happens where somebody drifts by and you're like, dude.
Yeah, it's happening. It happens.
I don't know where to find my people. And you see them like, I don't know where to find you guys. I'm like, I don't know, a D&D gaming cafe. I don't have another answer besides that.
What I love too is there's something just, like every year we see Albert. And it's like, how many years has Albert been going?
And Eric Beyer.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's so many great folks, and there's some new folks that have been coming the last couple of years that are starting. It's really neat. And so you have to go to actually experience it. That is why you go. You don't. I mean, not me. I'm not even going. I'm not that I wouldn't attend the right talk. I wanted to actually make Tech Devs talk. It's just the timing didn't work out. So there are talks I have been interested in.
There was also at 2:00 on Sunday, lightning talks.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And I went to that last year. I didn't get a chance to go this year, but those are really good because it's a very succinct, quick, pitch of whatever they're talking about or a service or something, and then you can talk to them more, network after.
Do they set the time aside for everyone in the room to talk after about that topic that was just lightninged?
Not like right after.
Yeah.
Because it's the next lightning talk.
Lightning talk
yeah.
is, because it'd be really kind of cool for people who are interested in that to continue this, almost like that's a tee
right.
up.
Let's
like
go
they
over here.
tee up the conversation.
Fork off.
Like,
right.
lightning takes place here, discussion immediately after in the room next door. Like that would be kind of cool because, then you'd get a lot of like-minded people still talking about it.
For sure.
I think my lesson learned for LUP this year is I liked our approach this year. We kind of broke it up, and so we didn't have to do one huge technical setup where we needed network infrastructure and everything in one go. We did smaller micro recording sessions, and then we cut it all together later. Editor Drew did, which I thought worked pretty well. The one thing I want to change is I think I want to do it on Saturday next year.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
More people.
Yes.
And then it would give us time to do that kind of assemble it all after the fact on Sunday.
Now, if we have Seddemeyer Hall next year, would you want to do it out on the floor like we used to?
Maybe, or at least a segment, maybe. Because I liked doing one in the room and one out in the expo hall. I liked breaking it up a little bit because it gave different sound and all that.
Yeah.
And we did a batch on day one, we did a batch on day two.
And so there was no live streaming. There was
no, because we were kind of running and gunning this setup this year,
which Brent told me about, and I was like, that sounds so much easier from a text perspective than trying to stand up a live show in this venue. I'm like, genius.
It was way better.
Plus, you get all the rest of the flavors, like you said. This room sounds different than that room.
It was. I mean, to say it was a 5x reduction in complexity would not be an exaggeration.
It was the stress reduction that I noticed the most.
Plus, it meant it was simple enough because what always happens is, so we have an hour block, right? Somebody's before us, somebody's after us. So we get in there, we have to spend some of our time setting up. And so the more complicated that is, the more it eats into our time. Plus, people are trickling in. They're coming up. They're introducing themselves. We're shaking hands. We're saying hi. So if we keep the setup simple, we can be social while we're also wiring things. But when it's this like monstrous, like, micro version of the studio, it takes all your focus. And it's like we can't really even be social when people are trickling in. Come on, it's stupid. It's dumb.
The talk that I went to on Saturday was on burnout. And it was 3 gals doing a panel. And I've never been to one where they're just like talking about a subject and then throwing questions to each other and then to the audience. And so it was like what is your first sign of burnout? And I know for you and our kids, it is dreading the week. Like even starting on Friday, Saturday, like, but especially Sunday night, not wanting to wake up the next morning because you have to go to work or school or whatever. But then somebody else suggested when I stopped doing my hobbies, right? Which is definitely...
That is true too.
But then they brought up, and this was just such a good point, that there is a weird social pressure to monetize our hobbies.
Yeah.
Which is just going to push you into another burnout.
It wrecks them. Yeah, that just wrecks them.
So anyway, it was really, I really enjoyed it. I was skeptical, but I really enjoyed that talk. And all the talks are available on Linux Fest YouTube. We're working on getting them edited and posted. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think there's a pressure, at least in our culture here in America, that there's something about your time has to be valuable. It doesn't have intrinsic value to be spent with others or intrinsic value to be fun in and of itself, doesn't have intrinsic value. And that was just not the case when I was younger. And I think it is one of those things that there's something about the evolution of our culture that younger and younger and younger now, kids are being said, well, if what you're doing right now doesn't have a form of measurable value, then there is no value to it. And that's not true. Spending time with friends has intrinsic value. The value of fun is that you live a life that's full of things that you did, that you say you did, and experiences and memories. They have their own value, but money just creeps in and it's petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we need like a friend quota on our smartwatches that could tell us, like, hey, dude, your bucket's empty. You gotta
you need
tone
a friend.
that up.
Yeah. You haven't interacted with friends in a non-monetary way, right? People ask me that about D&D. They're like, hey, are you going to put your campaigns together? Are you going to sell these things and everything? And I'm like, but it's something I do for fun, right?
Yep.
And I'm hesitant to do that because I don't want it to be infected in my mind with the same slice of headspace that business and stuff is supposed to occupy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you there.
No, you suck, you absolute bastard. I don't care. It's fine. We're just chatting.
So I think this is why Linux Fest still works.
Mm-hmm.
It's not slick. It's not a vendor, keynote-driven branding all over the place. It's a little weird. It has a regional vibe to it. It has a real community vibe to it. It's human. And I think with everything that's out there, all the options, I think maybe that matters more than ever.
But does the format still work? Because you're basically saying the talks don't give you really that much value and the hanging out does.
I think it's great for lots of people. I think the talks are it's just for me as I've been doing it for 26 years. Right?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But I think it still has lots of value for people there. I think, the talks seem well attended.
Yeah. And I would have gone to more, but I was also organizing the
I mean, so I think just because they don't work for me, I'm not trying to discourage people from doing the talks. I think they should do the talks.
No, I want to do a talk next year.
I think people should give talks. Yeah.
What subject? But if I do, you're going to have to go.
All right.
You're all going to have to go.
All right, I'll go to a talk. That'll be next year. 2027 will be the year of talks.
I was going to say, but Angie's point, the idea that a lightning talk, a slightly modified version of what a talk is, could become a thing that could give you both benefits at the same time to increase the number of those, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think there's value there to what you said, Brent.
The afternoon on the second day was not an opportune time to do lightning talks.
No?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because there's just less people, you mean?
Less people and less
Saturday's the big day.
And like it's going to spark so many conversations and networking.
Yeah.
Like a lot faster than sitting in one talk for an hour.
Yeah.
You just heard from 8 people in an hour instead or whatever.
And it would sort of change the idea of what it's like to have the experience. It'd be interesting to see how many people picked up on that or wanted to participate in that alternate form of what the conference would be.
You got to get the ball rolling. If you can get the ball rolling, get a few people guaranteed, because people, once you get warmed up, people will do it.
We have a retrospective on Monday, so I'll bring this up.
Maybe like a lightning track all conference and compare attendance. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to share any thoughts on events, feel free to boost us in.
Or burnout.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, please don't get burnout, people. Please love yourself, and we love you, and take time for yourself. You desperately need it.
And like Hank said, you can also boost the track. They love that.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
Okay, Andrews, I got one for you this week. It's a little different. It's called Mr. Video Man, and it's by the band Prosperous Soul. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
All right, go ahead. Give him a boost and let him know if you like that. It was something different, right?
It was
and
cerebral.
Yeah, and I want to know what people thought the theme of that one was. Because I thought cerebral or kind of aerial or what airy kind of, I don't know.
Aerial?
Yeah, whatever that would be called. I don't really, but we do have some voicemails, so let's switch gears. Get ready.
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to my launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday.
That's right.
774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
Now's your chance.
All right, now I do have some chicken duty to attend to, so we will not be getting to all of the calls today. I do apologize, but then if we missed your call, Pacific Penguin, your call will be up next in next week's episode. You'll be the first caller. I'll leave it right here queued up. But we are going to start with Old Faithful. Mark is calling, and he has some chicken automation.
Mark from Northern Michigan. Good morning, Chris and Andrews. It's ODART30 on Wednesday. Just finishing up listening to the podcast, driving down to work. I think that means it's like 3 a.m. your time, something like that. Anyhow, a few things. Try and make it quick. One, that whole rock move, I hope they do move it over there by Western Washington. And when they do, they should have a celebration and have a concert with Foo Fighters. Anyhow, the chicken stuff. One, Chris, you get that automation running with that door. If you could post somehow in the future the show notes which one you use, because that's one item I haven't found yet, something that you can integrate into Home Assistant. And then finally, speaking of Home Assistant, did have mine automated this winter with a light and a temperature. Well, I did have it on a temperature sensor 2 years ago, but I just switched it to a clock this year to where it came on at 5 a.m. and went off at 30 minutes after sunrise, and then I flipped it in the evening. It would come on 30 minutes before sunset and turn off at 9. So they're getting like 16 hours of natural, like kind of light. Daylight savings time hit this year. And I'm like, wow, we got over 12 hours of light. Cool, I'll just turn it off. Yeah, don't do that. I haven't had eggs in 3 weeks. They should be back to normal here in another week, but going from 16 hours a day of light to like 12 or so, yeah, I found out that's not a good thing, at least if you want continuous supply of eggs. So don't do that. Have a great one, and talk to you next week.
See, this does kind of confirm why I do want to put an LED light strip, just a gentle light bit of light in the hen house, just to give them a routine amount of light, so I get a routine amount of eggs.
I had no idea there was a connection between egg output and light.
Yeah.
Hours of light.
Yeah, and so during
Crazy.
the winter, I think if I could give them a little bit of warmth and some artificial light that isn't too much, then maybe,
An LED is fine?
Well, the right LED. Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know, though. I don't know for sure. So, Mark, I haven't tried it yet, but the software I am looking at is a combination of a integration with Home Assistant. It is in Hacks, and the Omelette Smart Chicken Coop Door. So you want to get the Smart Chicken Coop Door from Omelette, and turns out their chicken coop door has an API, Mark, and you can use the chicken coop door API with Home Assistant.
Oh my gosh.
I love it so much.
It's good, right?
That's great.
Yeah, it's real good.
I could just see you going shopping for that at like the Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
So tell me, does your chicken door have an API?
Yeah. Can you tell me if this one uses the 1.0 API or the 2.0 API?
Am I going to need to update the firmware on this chicken door?
All right. So earlier in his voicemail, he mentioned that rock.
Yeah,
and
the Bellingham rock.
Yeah, I saw it both times I drove up. I can't imagine why they are even doing anything with. Are they doing a runaway ramp? Like they're
going to crack it and move it.
No, but why?
Because they want
There's nothing there.
The fish tunnel. They want to build a fish tunnel through it. The fish tunnel.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
Like why there?
I know.
Holy crap!
So coming up on LUP, in the next episode, we're about to kick off the BSD challenge, which will wrap up in episode 666. And isn't that great?
Yeah, she got
it right away.
That's awesome.
She got it right away. So
just remember, BSD is only one letter away from torture.
That's right. That's very true,
That
too.
should be the title.
And Matt is calling in, I believe, on the subject. And I think he and I are on the same page.
Hey, it's Matt from Clearwater. Is it just me, or is BSD
to Linux what Linux is to Windows. Like it's for people who are even more compatibility masochists than us Linux users. I don't know, just a random thought I had.
Are you going to have Alan Jude on?
We should, right? Except for it's the thing is like I don't want to have him on because I don't know how it's going to go if we have a really bad time. And then we crap on his baby.
He'll give you a bad time. I'm pretty sure.
He's right though. It's like you do when you go from Windows to Linux, like you step out on this outer ring of compatibility and your options are kind of reduced. And then it's like when you go to BSD, that ring is even further out and your options are even further reduced. So I do think Matt is onto something right there. Or, at least so far. Well, no, I suppose I'll have a better opinion after the challenge. It's been a long time.
Yeah. The compatibility ring theory.
Now,
I accept it.
Yeah, right. The rings of compatibility.
Yes.
So
like the strips and rings of compatibilities. Yes.
Mark from Northern Michigan's back, and I think he wants to talk about earworms.
Mark from Northern Michigan here, call number 2. I guess I had to follow up. I said I'd call next week, but, I had to follow up. Talking about your little jingles and things that you guys play for boosts and other things. Yeah, they become earwigs and part of my normal conversation, too. I'd never seen the movie that's got the Turd Ferguson thing in it, but I'm sitting there at our fantasy football draft, and one of our guys, his team name is Turd Ferguson. And every time his name came up for draft, I go, Turd Ferguson. Not because I'd seen the movie, but because of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, Brentley and not penning his tabs. Oh, my word. You guys need to publish that on Spotify because that's just a classic that sticks in my head. And the one that I don't like is Lower Expectations. That has been coming out here recently when I'm dealing with employees that aren't just stuff. So
Nice.
have a great week. And we'll
application.
talk to you next week.
Oh, Mark, that's so good.
He'd rather open 10 new windows like some kind of entropy enthusiast.
Just pin your tabs.
I love that
Brett.
you were doing a public service with the whole lower your expectations.
Yeah.
Like, that's great that you're doing a public service there, man.
All right. So our last call, because we do have it's a shorter episode, but don't worry, Pacific Penguin, we'll come back. And of course, we'd love to do more calls. Whenever I have to cut it off, I want to do even more calls the next episode. So call in if you've been waiting. We're going to wrap it up with a Cold War chicken story.
Hey, Magnolia. I figured I'd call in before I forget again. It's been about 3 weeks since I wanted to call this in. Anyway, a little bit of chicken lore, historical Cold War chicken lore, is that there was a project that the British named, it was Blue Peacock. And the concept behind this thing was very, very Cold War. It was a nuclear landmine. The idea being that you'd have like an outpost watching out for Ruskies, and suddenly they come invading, pouring over the borders, and you set a timer on this nuclear landmine. Once the timer's done, it becomes vibration sensitive, and then as the tanks roll over, this nuclear landmine goes off and takes out the whole army. So, pretty good engineering for the time. Real weird problem. This is in northeastern Europe, pretty cold up in the mountains, and they needed a way to keep it warm. So their solution was to take several chickens, give them food and water for several days, and bury them and this landmine in what was pretty much a septic tank. So there were nuclear chickens in our history, and I can't just sit on that information without sharing it to other people.
Wow, I understand. I needed to know that too.
What we will go through to kill each other
I know.
always mystifies me.
Right.
I continue to be impressed with how you can train them too. So I could see you could train them to, I don't know, probably push the button. I'll tell you what. That's a scary thought. Thank you, Mayhem. Appreciate hearing from you. That is all our voicemails for this week, but would love to do another batch next week. We do love those calls.
Boostagram.
And we have a few boosts.
Thank you for calling in to the launch.
That's not bad. You're getting there. Yeah. But
thanks.
It's not it. It's not it. It's almost there. I'll tell you when it's there. I'll admit it. But you got to get it. You got to earn it. I'm not just going to give it away for free.
Thank you for calling in to the launch.
That's getting there, isn't it? That's getting there. Okay, so Woodland Geeks is our baller booster this week with 25,000 sats, which not too shabs.
Coming in hot
with the boost.
And that is Mark from Northern Michigan. Boy, Mark, you are Mark
all
is-
over the show.
He's like
Co-producer
the
now.
He's the A pillar of the show this week.
Yeah. Actually, I'm Mark. I take off my
That'd be so good. Oh man.
Surprise.
He says just a value boost, and because I care, and because I don't want an AI generated podcast. That's what you get. See, Mark is helping to make sure we don't turn the launch into an AI generated podcast.
If only Mark knew.
If only he already knew. I mean,
we're performing it, dang it.
Oh, I'm in.
All right. Mr. Magnolia Mayhem comes in with 3,000 sats.
You're so boost.
I hope you're going to publish the hen house project. Not that I need a new project to spend time on, but my chicken and duck pens need some upgrading.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, how fast could you build a hen house so we could make an episode out of it?
Oh, I think about a day with Jeff Lee whipping me.
You think you could build a hen house in a day?
With Jeff. If it was up to me alone, it'd take a week.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll bet we could do it in a day.
Ooh, is that a new challenge? See?
Especially if you let me do post frame.
What's post frame?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, way of building.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk.
I might show you this.
Okay. All right.
Smoke if you got them.
And that is all our boost this week. Thank you to the one person who streams sats.
You're amazing.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. Sir.
One of you streamed sats and you stacked us 520 sats. Thank you.
You are also Mark. Yes.
Yeah, yes. Thank you very much. When you combine that with our boosters, we stacked a very impressive 28,520 sats.
Did you buy that from a certified vendor?
So watch out. Watch out. We're going to get a sandwich. Thank you, everybody who does support the show with a boost and helps us get a sandwich. Oh, no, don't. That's not.
Soundboard guy.
No, we did not. No one authorized that.
Oh, an XP shutdown. Oh, come on. Come on. Don't be dramatic.
What are our expectations now?
Lower those expectations. I want to thank all of you for joining the launch.
Ah, there you go. So we're gonna take a little bit of a shortcut here and wrap up, but we got a banger already planned because I'm cutting some stuff from this episode and I'm putting it in next week's episode. So I already have part of next week's episode planned.
Well done.
And then apparently Brent's gonna build a hen house in the next day or so, and we're gonna have an episode about that
with help.
Yeah, with help.
Of course.
I'll be moral support.
I know you could. I bet you could do it.
Yeah. See, it starts with a little bit of hope.
I wonder. I don't know. I mean, Jason built an entire house, so it seems conceivable.
Hey,
two entire houses. So it seems somewhat conceivable.
I watch from a distance.
From a distance, Brent, watch me build my house.
Yeah. Jason, where can people find more of you on the internet?
I mean, I dislike socials deeply. I think they've done awful things, but for all the Comic-Cons and things I do, they kind of contractually make me
go there
have
anyways.
social. So go there anyways. It's Jason Spisak, JasonSpisak. And I'm there on YouTube, and I have a Twitch channel I don't do anything with because whatever, but it's my name everywhere. And I usually announce the shows that I'm in and stuff there. So pretty much that's it.
Do you have any cons you're going to?
Yes, I'm going to be at MomoCon in Atlanta and Anime Central ASIN in Chicago. Those are both coming up in a month. And then after that, most likely Denver Fan Expo. So yeah. And that's also where I announce those suckers. So I'd love to see you at a con. If you've enjoyed any of this stuff that I've been a part of, you don't have to come to buy anything. I'd love to just meet you, say hi, and see that my work as an artist has affected you positively. It's something I really enjoy.
Wouldn't it be strange for you to be at a con and have someone come up and be like, hey,
recognize you for your podcast stuff? That's what they know you for?
The launch.
How about that? Wouldn't that be somebody do that just to give them? Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I don't know about your other stuff, but I loved you on that episode of The Launch.
You know what? I would be actually quite thrilled. Like, I didn't know who you were, but you did all those voices.
Yeah.
You did all those voices on the launch. You were incredible. My gosh.
Oh, good thing we got the lawyer out of here. All right. All right. That means it's our time to go once he shows up. Links, that's at weeklylaunch.rocks. And of course, why not make it extra special? Join us on a Tuesday. That's the live vibe. That's Tuesday, of course, at jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar in your local time zone. Or catch us in your podcasting 2.0 app or in your regular old 1.0 app on a Wednesday morning. Whatever you do, we appreciate it. from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of The Launch, and we'll see you right back here next week.
Live long and prosper.